Hello? Can anyone hear me? I know I have to wait for the lag to catch up with me, so. Do. Hello, welcome to Words Have Power. My name is Shelly. Most people call me Words. Okay, I think the sound is good. I am not sure. It might be, it might not be. I don't know. Sorry for the coughing. I do have a cold, so, that is going on. And I have to look over here to see the chat and thing. Let's see. Hi, Sleepy Lee. But you used to have a different name. So that's okay. Oh no, somebody has COVID. Ugh. Man. I hope whoever it is that has COVID is okay, because COVID is no joke. Okay, let me... I am controlling chaos. We'll wait for a minute to let everyone get in here, and then we'll get started. How's everyone doing? Can you hear me okay? Can you see me okay? Like, is everything okay? Yes, Leanne. Right. I have no idea how many people will be here, because it has been a while since I have been consistent with live streaming. But me and any friend. Oh, cool. Thank you, Leanne. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm trying to get back on a normal, regular schedule, but we keep getting sick, and we had just a mess with tech gremlins messing up our flow. Let me know if y'all can hear me okay, because I had like a feud going on between two mics. So sound great. Okay, cool. Yes. Which one? I don't know. I actually do not know which one won. One of them is working. That is all that matters. It's fine. It's fine. Although I might turn this bright AF light off so I can see. I'll be right back. Haha. I can see better. Yay. Okay. Definitely dealing with a lot of lag, but that's okay. That's fine. Oh, baby girl, my daughter? Yeah, she's her first year of school. She started. She's doing really good. She has kind of a love-hate thing going on. Sometimes in the morning she does not want to get up, and I feel every bit of that. In our family, we are notoriously not morning people, really. So, so yeah, that's the struggle is real. Okay. I don't know if Marcus is on yet. He's supposed to be. I'm an old lady and I feel hurt. Yes. Yeah, and it's like, I almost feel like the day I turned 50, my body was like, we need just all the naps whenever possible. Nap time is a good thing. It's weird. Yeah, I don't really like her being on camera though, but It's this weird thing where I don't want her to be scared of being online, but I definitely want her to be, very careful. So we're having the chat about online safety and all of that. I don't know. I'm just trying to keep her off of out of harm's way. Let me I'm not sure. Let me text Marcus real quick. Okay. Do the thing. Okay. Hey, Cher. Hi. Okay, good. Good. Yay. Man, y'all have no idea how much we have been fighting with mics and camera and things and Wi-Fi and stuff and junk and like trying to get the sound worked out so that you can't hear the busy street we live right on. It's been a lot. It has been a lot. You're sitting off your... I'm so sorry. I literally cannot help it. I even took like meds, prior enough that they should be kicking in. So hopefully I won't be coughing. Because I don't want that in your ears. Okay. Speaking of, okay, did you all hear me coughing? Because if you did, then it's the other mic. We're having all the fun, is what we're doing. Oh, every time you're live, the coughing starts. It sucks, man. The coughing sucks. And there will be times when I have to take a break and blow my nose because, oh, you guys mod on another channel. Right on. Well, if we end up getting a lot of people on these Scientology streams, I might ask y'all to mod because... Okay. This is... I'm just going to say it. This is some straight up BS that's been going on. Okay. All right. And I just realized I might have to go run and grab my phone charger so my phone doesn't die. Because why not? Why not? I will be right back and then we'll start up on this, okay? Because we have a lot to cover. Okay. And I will be on in just a sec. And the camera just went out again. Because of course it did. Why not? All right, Marcus, I'm going to need help with the camera again. Hey. Okay. Yes, please. We are so close to 1,000. It's not even funny. It actually is kind of funny, but Zuzu. You feel comfy?
Great.
Okay, good. I am going to blow my nose again. I will be right back with you while we figure out the camera situation.
Yes.
Okay. Is everything back up? Now you guys see what we've been dealing with? Yeah, prime example. Okay. All right, to anyone who subscribes, thank you. I appreciate you. You have no idea. Or maybe you do. Maybe you know the struggle. Oh my God. The Daybell case is... I don't know. I was thinking about talking about that case, but y'all know, many of you have been subscribed to me for a while, know that I hesitate to talk about cases where children were harmed because rage. But it's creeping me out that there are so many like fringe groups from those religions that are popping up doing bad things to children. That freaks me out quite a bit. Okay. All right, where? Okay. All right, so let's get started. Full disclosure, part of the reason I'm doing this live stream, this particular live stream, and there may be more live streams that I'll do pertaining to Scientology, because there's a lot to it. Yeah, I mean, yes, exactly. Thank you. I lost two very good friends of mine to Scientology. They were kind of the Bobbsey twins in a way. They were always together, kind of inseparable. We were all friends from school, and they took some personality test or something. And they didn't know that it was Scientology related. None of us did. They took this one thing, and it was like I watched who they were as people erode away. And the next thing I knew, they were gone. Like, we were roommates. It was a large group of young people who we were all trying to save money, and we were all roommates together. And they effectively disappeared. It was bizarre. Like, in front of our eyes, they were disappearing. And they got into Scientology and disconnected. After a few years, they disconnected from their family, all of their friends, everyone. And these were the kind of people, they were very smart, very sociable, very extroverted. And they became more and more closed off over time, to the point that they left. I don't want to go too far into detail into like what all happened with them, because I don't want to potentially get them in trouble if they're still in Scientology. We don't know if they are or not. Points of clarification. Part of the reason I'm doing this live stream is for their families. I'm still in contact with their families. We email, we Zoom call, we FaceTime, things like that. So over the years, since I realized my friends were sucked into Scientology, and then I've had run-ins with Scientology too, like 2 or 3. God damn. I started to study and research Scientology and try to understand what in the hell was going on, okay? And I did this because my friends' families are hardworking people, and many of them are not. They're not researchers. They're not into reading the types of books that I've been reading. So I started to research it and kind of give them a synopsis of Scientology. What is it that, their family member is into? Trying to give them an understanding of what it is, right? Because Scientology is not like Christianity or Judaism or Islam or any of these other religions. You can't just go up to someone and be like, okay, what is this? What's it about? Tell me everything. You can't do that, because you have to pay your way. You have to pay as you go to learn about this so-called religion. You can't just go into one of their churches or missions or orgs or whatever and ask for, okay, well, what is the history of this? What is the mythos? Every religion has a mythos, right? What is the mythos of Scientology? You can't do that with Scientology. You have to pay for the courses to go over what is called the bridge, to find that out. And that can be thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars. It's a ridiculous amount of money that you have to pay out to get anywhere in Scientology. Okay, so also, full disclosure, I did have a pretty significant run-in with a group of Scientologists just after Hurricane Katrina. I was working private security, disaster relief. And I was working for a chain of hotels in New Orleans. And I think there were like five or six of them that came into my hotel. And they were trying to boss me and my guys around. And that was the wrong time. That was the wrong place. That was the wrong everything. And I was not having that. And neither were my guys. And I was very sleep deprived. And there's one thing with me: if I can't get to a shower, World War III might break out. There's no telling what might happen. So when they came into my lobby and they were offering, it seemed like massages, but I'm finding out there's more to it than that, okay? And I was like, and they were talking to, in particular, some of the women there and some of the men who were there who weren't working with me, but they were search and rescue, and they were exhausted because around this time, you had people going out in the floodwaters trying to rescue people from houses and shit. So things were real. And when I told them to leave my hotel because my guys were getting mad, and these are guys you don't want mad. These are ex-military, So I'm trying to disengage them from something they don't even understand what's going to happen. And I'm trying to de-escalate, and I'm trying to be like, you don't need to be here. You should not be here. And you should shut up now and leave. And they started to go off on me, which, bad idea with my guys. So it got to the point where I made certain phone calls with certain people I used to work with. And I was like, these people need to leave the state of Louisiana right now. Like, I don't know who they are or what they want or whatever. And then one of them gets on another phone calling someone and starts bringing up, it was something about PR flap or something, just some of the words this dude was using. And I'm like, Scientology, get the F out of my hotel. We are done here. Told my guys, get them out, remove them from the premises. And I was like, if you don't leave, we're going to have you arrested and you'll be over at the Greyhound bus station. You'll be held there indefinitely until they can get to you. And it's not a time when you wanted to have that happen because it was hotter than Hades. And there was no air conditioning, there was no power, there was no water, there was no nothing. So, so they left out real quick. That's one of my run-ins with Scientologists. It was not good. They were weird. Okay, now, all these years, I have been wondering what I would do if my friends came to me and said I need help. Now, I'm going to change that. Not if, but when. When they come to us and say we need to get out, or we have gotten out and we need help. When that happens. Part of what I did with disaster relief was logistical planning, helping to create exit plans for people who were in bad situations that I can't even talk about, how to secure people in negative situations, and how to get them to safety, right? That's just a small portion of what I did. So when I saw the Aftermath Foundation come up, I was so happy. I cannot even tell you how happy I was to see this, because the Aftermath Foundation is supposed to provide funds and help to people who are getting out of Scientology. That is a very much needed thing. The Aftermath Foundation appears to have done quite a deal of good work to help people. And then there were problems. Anyone who's in a high... Oh God, how can I word this without... You know what? I can't do it. Okay. Anyone who's in a highly dysfunctional, destructive group, from this point forward known as a cult, if you're in a cult, then you're more than likely traumatized, okay? There are correlations, and it's obvious when you start to really study cults. And if you've been studying on DV as well, there are correlations between cults and domestic violence. And here's why. A lot of the same tactics are used. So you've got the data mining, love bombing, pulling you in, ingratiating you into the group, right? There might be mirroring, all of the things that go along with it. And then you start getting into the really toxic stuff. The the coercive control. Anytime anything is brought up about the negative, toxic things that are happening, you'll have Darvo. All of the things that we talk about or have been talking about on this channel in relation to DV happens in toxic groups. And I know this because I have been really reading some really good books. Why is my keyboard... Now my keyboard doesn't want to work. You can do it. Come on, I have faith in you. Seriously, you can do it. So thank you so much, Sharemare, by the way. Yeah, mirroring is a pretty destructive thing. I forgot to have this up and ready. Come on. You. Wow. Wow. Okay, finally. Part of the reason that I'm taking the time to bring this up is because it's actually really important, and these are really good books. And I forgot to have this up and running for y'all. I was supposed to have this ready ahead of time, and I flubbed on that. What was his name? Oh, come on. Really? Gremlins. See, if I was signed in, it would already have come up. There are some amazing experts out there who are writing books that are so good. You know what? Hold on. Well, shit. It's like directly on my phone, but I can't do both. And let me put this up because that is very important. Oh, come on. Okay. I am so sorry for the coughing. Okay, it's not gonna let me. All right, I will figure out another way. I'll do a book list. It's fine. So Dr. I swear he's a doctor, but I could be wrong. Stephen Hassan, Combating Mind Control, is a really, really phenomenal book. And it shows you how a person gets sucked in to a destructive group. And it is such a good book. It's on Audible. You can listen to it while you're goofing off, cleaning, whatever. It's really, really good. And then there is another one. I'm wondering if she's going to be... Haha, yes. Okay, there's another book that's really phenomenal. This one is what it's like being born into one of these destructive groups. This is called Uncultured, by Daniela Young. I cannot spell that. I cannot pronounce that other name. There's no way that's going to happen. I will try and my tongue will break. She's on TikTok and she does a lot of videos talking about destructive groups. She's phenomenal. One of my all-time favorite content creators. And her book is so good. It is so good. I've only listened to it the one time, but it's amazing. And I definitely will be listening to that again. Really good book. And then there's another book, but I cannot for the life of me remember the guy's name. I'm going to have to look that up. I'll definitely do like a book list though, and I'll put it in the Discord and also on my community tab. And then there are a ton of books from survivors of Scientology out there. Another point of clarification, I have read several of the books that survivors of Scientology have written. There's Piece of Blue Sky, and then there's one about the reporter lady, and then there are a bunch of books about survivors of Scientology in particular. And Idun is outside the door, like doing the paw thing. Okay, so when I saw a group come along that was geared toward helping survivors of Scientology get out, stay out, and actually get their life started and make life better, I was like, yes, thank you to whatever, the universe, I don't know, the creator, God, whatever, thank you. Like, I was so very happy to see that happening, okay? Because that is needed. And I just saw something that Cher posted that I want to I'm sorry, I can't, it's hard for me to pay attention to the chat when I'm talking about this because it's an emotionally charged thing for me. And also it's so complicated. And if you have not been in Scientology, it's insane. It's like trying to unravel the mind of a lunatic is what it feels like. Where was it? Okay, here it is. Yes, this is such a good book. This right here, so good. Absolutely so good. Okay, so people who have been in traumatic groups or DV situations, it takes time to heal from that. And that healing, it's one hell of a journey. And if you were programmed within that group that therapists and psychology and all of that is evil, and they are the villains in the mythos of your religion, then you're automatically going to be predisposed to not seeking help for the healing in the first place, okay? So you have the Aftermath Foundation. Everyone on the board, from what I know of, everyone on the board is an ex-member of Scientology. I've never been in any kind of group like this, but I have been on the board of several nonprofits and things that were these were directly meant to help DV victims. And on these boards, there were rules. There were rules about who could or could not be on the board in the first place. As of right now, you have several married couples on the board of the Aftermath Foundation. Every person who's on the board is apparently an ex-Scientologist. This is a misstep. And now I'm speaking as an ex-sheriff's deputy and ex-victims advocate, and I've worked in private security for a very long time. So I'm just looking at this. We don't, at the moment, we don't want to plug the Aftermath Foundation because there's some bad shit going on with it. Absolutely no offense, but here's why. You have several married couples on the board. The person who founded the Aftermath Foundation is a man named Aaron Smith Levin. Hold on one second. Let me pull him up. He's here on YouTube. Let me get a link. Why did I do that? I already have the link right here. Dirt. Okay. His page is right here, Growing Up in Scientology. He started the Aftermath Foundation, and he did a lot of fundraising for it, raised a lot of money. And he's been through this heavily traumatic situation with this religion. Him and his partner, his significant other. The other people on the Aftermath Foundation, the board, decided to kick him off of the board because of private things between him and his partner that were not a DV type situation. Ultimately, it was no one's business. They also were effectively judging him for his choices, but understand he grew up in Scientology. So he didn't have the teenage years like a lot of us did, going out on dates and going out to the movies and going out to the clubs and doing all the things. He wasn't able to do that. So he's basically kind of having a bit of a teenage experimentation time now as an adult. And the people on the board of the Aftermath, it appears, decided to judge him very harshly and kick him off of the board of his own foundation that he started. But wait, there's more. Okay, so there's another page that has some really amazing videos talking about this whole subject, and I really want to showcase them. If I can get it to... Okay. Here's Down the Rabbit Hole News. She has several videos on her channel talking about all the things that have happened pertaining to Aaron, that's what a lot of people call him, or Growing Up in Scientology, and the Aftermath Foundation in particular. Really well done videos, really thoughtful, just really, really seriously good videos that can really break down these things for people who've never been in Scientology, like me. Okay, and here's another one. Kelly Copter. Yet again, amazing videos. Absolutely, yes. I will put these up for a minute so y'all can see them. All right. Okay. Kelly Copter was labeled an SP, a suppressive person, which in Scientology-ish, in Scientology lingo, means that she was considered evil or like possessed by demons. I'm trying to, give you an equivalent of the lunacy that's going on here. She was 6 years old and they tried to exorcise the demons or the thetans out of her. At 6 years old. And then, on top of this, her family apparently kicked her out when she was 16 and disowned her. And then we get to, oh shoot, I cannot believe I am so rusty with all of this. Bear with me for a second. There's another gentleman, and I'm trying to remember the name of his. Hold on, I think there's a video on here that has his name. I mean, if you want a lot of content, check out Growing Up in Scientology, because he posts a lot. Trying to see. Oh, good. Okay. I will find it and I'll post it in my community tab. But there was a gentleman by the name of Mike Brown. The Aftermath Foundation helped get him and his mother. Helped his mother get his mother out of Scientology. She was elderly. Now, what you have to understand with Scientology, there's a lot of elder abuse, abuse of children. Anyone can be abused in Scientology. Miss Rosemary was being significantly abused, and the Aftermath Foundation helped her son get her out. That's amazing. That is wonderful. Then they decided that they were going to apparently make some videos or something and make a documentary and shop it around to film festivals and stuff. But they didn't tell Mike Brown or his mother, Rosemary, that they were going to do that. It's her story. It's her life. It's her lived experience. And they apparently did not communicate what they were trying to do or what they were planning on doing with the people who were actually affected in that situation. That's the Aftermath Foundation doing that. So they kick Aaron out. And then they decide that they are going to make videos and stuff without the permission and consent of a victim and her son. That's a problem. That is a huge problem. And then it gets worse. And that is part of the reason I'm making this video. Trigger warning, very light mention of very bad things. All right, so you have a young lady named Miriam who was harmed in childhood by her own father. And Scientology covered it up. And Mike Rinder was very high up in Scientology. There are people saying that no, he didn't know anything about it. And then there are people saying that yes, he did know something about it. I'm not sure how that's going to shake out. But either way, Mike Rinder he said he was really high up in Scientology. And he helped cover up a whole bunch of things. He did a lot of dirty work for Scientology. Since leaving Scientology, Mike Rinder has done a lot of good work to try to help current and former victims of Scientology. That is commendable. Credit where credit is due. But Mike Rinder has dropped the ball on something massive. And he also appears to be kind of lashing out at a victim of CSA. She's the victim. Mike Rinder is on the board of the Aftermath Foundation, which is meant to help people who are trying to get out of Scientology or have already gotten out of Scientology. And Mike Rinder appears, and the board of the Aftermath appear to be refusing to help Miriam and her brother, who are victims of Scientology. Just let's let that percolate for just a second. I need something to drink. I would say hydrate, but I'm drinking coffee, so drink up. Drink it if you got it. All right. All right. So, hello. When I say that what is happening with the Aftermath Foundation is extremely problematic, it is. Now, I'm speaking as somebody who's never been in Scientology. I've never been in a destructive group. Well, I mean, maybe, but that was a work thing, a little bit different, not a religion. I'm going to say some things, but I'm not saying them to be mean to Mike Rinder or to the Aftermath Foundation. And it may appear to be really mean, but it's actually not. Get thy ass to therapy. To everyone who's on the Aftermath Foundation, get thy ass to therapy so you can heal better in a more positive way. Because what the Aftermath Foundation is doing right now is extremely toxic. Thank you, Cher. Thank you. Refusing to help Miriam and her brother, attempting to use Rosemary's personal life story without her consent or knowledge for film festivals is extremely problematic. I'm speaking as an ex-victims advocate, by the way. If I were on the board of the Aftermath Foundation, I would insist that at least one member of each couple step down off of the board, and that you have a trauma therapist, a victims advocate, not just one though. I would suggest a victims advocate who works with children, one who works with elderly people, and you've got all kinds of bad things going on in Scientology. So you've got are happening and being covered up. Danny Masterson, anyone? You've got SA, SH, DV. You've got so much going on that you should have a variety of trauma-informed people on that board who can help guide people to the services they need, depending on their jurisdiction, right? Help guide them through the process of speaking with law enforcement, because that can be traumatic in and of itself. You should have people who, this is what they do. They have the education, the college, the training, the work experience, all of that. Because they're going to bring a tremendous amount of information, resources, and help and healing to the people who are coming out of Scientology. Do you want to take Scientology down or not? Do you want to help people who are getting out of Scientology or not? Mike Rinder, Claire Headley, everyone on the board of the Aftermath Foundation, what do you want to do? What are you doing? What is the goal? What is the purpose? Because right now, as somebody who's never been in Scientology and has been keeping an eye on this with a personal vested interest, I'm going to say now what I said to the two families that I have been speaking with for all these years, just waiting for my friends to come out. I do not trust the Aftermath Foundation. I've already informed those two families, and I've told them to tell everyone they know not to trust the Aftermath Foundation. For those of us who are outsiders looking in, y'all look treacherous AF. It looks like you are doing Scientology tactics that were programmed into your brain by Scientology over a span of years. It looks like you're defaulting back to those tactics against Aaron and anyone else who speaks out that you don't like. And by the way, having a policy in your foundation that says that you cannot complain about the foundation or anyone in the foundation or affiliated with the foundation. What? That's Scientology 101. And then saying that people are keyboard warriors. To say offensive, to say that that was offensive is a drastic understatement, because those two families are ticked off, and I guess they are what you would call keyboard warriors for their family members. They donated to the Aftermath Foundation, and it wasn't a little bit of money, and these are hardworking people who are not wealthy, so it was a very much lot of money to them. You might as well have smacked them in the face. Now, granted, Mike Rinder did apologize for saying that. It doesn't make it go away. Calling people fleas and monkeys and flying monkeys and all these other things that you're doing, guess what? You're making the Aftermath Foundation look like a joke that is heavily monetized by Aaron, the person you kicked out. It looks like y'all have a personal vendetta. It does not look good. The PR, I guess I should say it the way maybe you would understand. This is a PR flap from hell. Y'all have been through so much trauma that it is astonishing that y'all are doing as well as you are life-wise, and you're able to communicate decently, and in many respects you're doing really well. But in this, you've each set yourself up in a situation where you are the top dogs in a group where you all make the rules, and you're in a bubble and you have no one else saying, hey, there's a problem. We should fix it. This is why you need to have one member of each couple step down off of the board. I would like to see Claire Headley stay on the board, though, because I can see that she is capable of empathy. But that smarmy smile that she gets on her face, too smug, too I know everything, too you can't tell me anything. Here's the thing. Everyone who's on the board of the Aftermath Foundation is beholden to everyone who has contributed to that foundation, to the money, the money, the time, all of that. You are beholden to all of us, and we're not in Scientology, baby. This is not Scientology anymore. You're in the real world now. Sometimes people who come out of extremely destructive, toxic situations can start to emulate the groups they were in. Go read Stephen Hassan's books. They are amazing. They're phenomenal. Go read Danielle's books. Oh my God, I have a huge crush on her. Her brain is stunning. Like, I can't even. And there are a bunch of others. If you have the time to bash people who are saying, hey, there's a problem, then you have the time to sit down with an audiobook and learn about how damaging these groups really are, beyond what you even know, even though you were in it. But when you're in it and then you come out and then you got to get your life back on track. And that is an uphill battle. It's like pushing a boulder up a mountain. And I can say this because I've been in a DV situation. I know how hard it is to come out of that with one person and his family against me. I can't imagine how much worse it would be for somebody coming out of an organization where it is structured in policy to destroy people. That's horrific. It's horrific. But that doesn't give you a pass to deny help to a young woman who was a victim of CSA by her father, and it was potentially covered up by someone on your board, or who knows, maybe more than one person. Nobody knows. This does not look good. This looks incredibly bad. And now there are two families who are waiting for their loved ones to come out of Scientology. And when I say they're livid, that is an understatement. Don't be surprised if you get emails from them demanding their money back. Don't be surprised by that at all. And don't be angry. Sometimes we make mistakes because we're all human. We make mistakes. It happens. But what was done to Miriam and to Mr. Brown and his mother, Rosemary, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Now's the time to unpack the mistakes that have been made, apologize to everyone, re-examine your treatment of AA Ron, and consider the fact that if you say you want to take Scientology down, that's your goal, you want to take Scientology down, cool beans, I am all for that. I will support you 1000%, and I will help if I can. But I will not stand by while survivors of such horrible things are being treated badly by you, and you have no place to tell me that I don't have a right to speak out about this. It's called freedom of speech. Demanding that people who seek help from the Aftermath Foundation are not allowed to speak out if there is bad behavior by someone in or affiliated with the Aftermath Foundation is bullshit. What is it that you're trying to hide? That's the first thing that comes to mind for many people. For the two families, when I told the two families about that policy, I thought I was going to lose an eardrum. Who are you to tell someone they can't speak out if there's a problem? How can a problem be fixed if they can't speak out about it? That is Scientology. Baby, that's Scientology. Do you want Scientology to be over? Or not? If you want it to be over, you can't follow in the same exact path that they would want you to if you were still in. Okay. I think there are definitely going to have to be more live streams about this because there's so much to it. It's convoluted. Just not even the Scientology part, like all the stuff that's going on with the Aftermath Foundation and all of that. There's a lot. You have to go through it to heal yourself. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's hard though. Like, I can see there's a definite need for foundations like the Aftermath Foundation And there should be people on the board who have come out of Scientology, because there's a lot of language that we're not going to get it, right? But they should have trauma-informed people on the board. Wait. It just jumped a little bit. So much politics. Yes. Man, Scientology itself is pretty messed up. Yes, there are. Yep. Yeah, I would recommend having someone on the board who has been on other boards and knows how they run and how things are supposed to move. Hello, JT. How are you? I don't know what that means, but hi. Okay. There's way more to this. Those 3 channels that I have in the description, they have a bunch of videos that go into more detail. And if y'all want, well, screw it. I'll do another live stream where we'll go into more of the particulars of this, but I was asked by both families to talk about this because it's so problematic. So I don't know. What do y'all think? But I don't know what to think personally. And I'm sure if Mike Rinder and them were to see this, they would probably have a problem with me talking about it, but I don't care. They don't know me and I don't know them. But I do know 2 families who are worried about their loved ones. And that's the most important thing to me. Scientology has destroyed so many people and their lives that it's like a never-ending hellscape. Because it won't be it won't be. It makes me wonder how many people have already received help, had a bad experience, and are too afraid to come forward now from the Aftermath Foundation. Please note, I'm not saying from Scientology. I'm saying from the Aftermath Foundation. Oh, that is such a good comment, Kathy. That right there. That right there. If a foundation set up to help survivors has an issue with recognizing a problem, speaking out, too fucking bad for them. They want to cover it up and put on blinders. Exactly. And that is way too close to acting like Scientology. And, so what if my friends come out of Scientology tomorrow and they reach out to the Aftermath Foundation and maybe they have a bad experience with someone and then they say something? What then? What then, Mike Rinder? Claire, Mike, everybody else? Mark, whatever y'all's names are. What then? Are you going to deny my friends help to get to safety? Because they said something you didn't like? Is that what we're doing now? Well, I have already clearly stated that I will help my friends and their families in any way I can. And they won't have to sign a contract stating that they won't say anything bad about the foundation or anyone else if they have a bad experience. My friends will retain their freedom of speech. And if there's a problem, they can say something. And they won't have any blowback from it. If they cared about this, they will take the time to look over the way they are organized. Thank you. Yes. Get help from others who do this. Put in place people who are experts in trauma and cults. Exactly. Yes, indeed. This right here. This right here. You know, the healing journey is long. It is arduous. It is not for the faint of heart. It is difficult. And there's almost always going to be something that comes up where you're like, oh, damn it. That's another thing that I have to work on. It's normal. That's just part of the healing process. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. It doesn't mean that you're somehow deficient. It's just part of the healing process from trauma. And each of these people was traumatized. Mike Rinder was in the hole. I hate to bring that up, but I mean, my God. I know that's trauma. It's blatantly obvious that each of these people in their own way had their own experience with traumatic situations in Scientology. And what makes it worse is that Scientology blames the victim, telling the victim that they pulled it in. It's always the victim's fault, not the perpetrator. They protect perpetrators purposefully in this group because the founder of the group was extraordinarily toxic and was himself problematic, and he wanted to be protected from having to face any consequences for his mind-bogglingly horrific behavior. I mean, what he did to his ex-wives and his children, his own family. There you go. That's the foundation of Scientology. And here's where I want to hug someone. Kathy says, as a CSA and DV survivor, while I have done the work and still do, it still comes up, but instead of reverting back, I learned tools to recognize and get more help. Yes, indeed. And Leanne says, or Sleepy Lee says, yes, and he was tapped to be a higher up because they knew exactly his makeup and that his way of handling this is easily set off in certain ways. Yeah, well, okay, so as an outside observer looking in on this, there's a feel of when Miriam, especially when she came forward and she experienced a level of trauma that is just, there are no words, okay? So if he had something to do, if he or anyone on the board had something to do with the covering up of her trauma, they should recuse themselves from deciding if her and her brother will receive help or not. Why? Because if they did help cover up things, there's every possibility they might be facing felony charges if law enforcement takes this seriously and does a full investigation. Those are felony charges in the US. Now, it was in Australia and the US. So there could be a good deal of paranoia and fear over that. Guess what? You need to get over that paranoia and fear. You need to get over it because it's not about you. It's about Miriam and her brother being safe and receiving the help that they need. But then too, all of the people who have gotten out of Scientology, man, isn't that a mind fuck when you are told that the very people who could help you heal are evil? Therapists, psychiatrists, psychologists, they're the evil ones. Man, that I can't even listen. Always move forward. Yes, indeed. Look at the money aspects. Yeah. I mean, it's as an outside observer looking in, Mike Rinder looks like he's very paranoid about certain things, and maybe he should step down off the board and let a victim's advocate or a therapist, somebody who is trauma informed, by trauma informed I mean educated, to deal with these things, let them step up. And there should not be couples. There shouldn't be multiple couples on any board of any foundation. I've actually never seen that before. I've never seen that before. And I've worked with several groups over the years, and I've never seen that before. I mean, he only has power when you give it to him. I'm not scared of him. There's no reason to be scared of him. But yes, he was a bulldog. You are correct. I mean, look at how Aaron was treated. We can talk about that. That was some bullshit. Listen, that was some bullshit, y'all. For the people who are on the board of the foundation, that was some bullshit. That's between him and his spouse, and it has nothing to do with you, and it's not your place to judge. And you know he's going to be a target by Scientology for a fact. Y'all know, because what did y'all do when you were in Scientology? Be real friends and help guide with kindness and love. The exact opposite of what Scientology would do. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they have to know on some level what they're doing is very problematic, and it is. And apologizing for something, that's great, that's fine. Actions speak louder than words, though. This is egregious. And on top of that, Mike Rinder shared, apparently, I'm going to have to look at it, but apparently shared a police report that Miriam submitted to law enforcement. And y'all know how I feel about shit like that. That's a no-go. That is, you have done fucked up. And you're officially an asshole now. It is not your place to do that. Without the victim's consent, knowledge, or forewarning that you're going to do that, I haven't looked at that yet, but I'm going to do that. And the live stream about that might be very interesting because I have a reputation of going off on people who do that. Why? Because it's fucked up. Like, pristinely fucked up. That's a level, like, you're re-victimizing a victim when you do that. And she's a survivor of CSA. Yeah, same here. I mean, just knowing what he used to do. People can change. People can grow. They can become way better human beings than they were before. That can happen. But it's not going to happen overnight. And it's going to take a lot of therapy. Yeah, I can't remember the journalist's name, but I know what you're talking about. It was, wow, it was messed up. Very, very messed up. Same here. I mean, ultimately, if I could, I would give all of them a gigantic group hug and be like, man, just wow. Because many of these people were born into Scientology, or they were brought into Scientology as children. Like, they didn't even have a choice of if they were going to be in Scientology or not. They were minors. You know, there's someone I don't have. Okay, I'm going to have to do like a whole list of content creators, because there's a content creator who's really amazing, and she was brought into Scientology as a child too, and she's amazing. What does justice look like for them? I don't even know. I can't. Anyone who's involved in cover-up of RSA, CSA, elder abuse, any of that stuff, they should face, if not criminal charges, then turn state's evidence. Drop a dime. Mike Rinder says he's gone to the FBI. Man, I would be calling them every single MFN day until they just hated me. Calls, emails, snail mail, you name it, it would be on until they actually did something. Right on. Thank you for your work. I couldn't do, I couldn't work as a victim's advocate for children because when I hear about a child being harmed, I want to burn everything down and start over from scratch and be like, we are child-centric. We take care of the children. You harm a child, you go to prison for life. When it comes to stuff like that, I have very hard limits. And I ordinarily don't believe in capital punishment unless a person has harmed a child or they're like a serial offender and they cannot, you know that they can't be rehabilitated. So I don't know. This is worrisome though, but thankfully, apparently Aaron is going to create another foundation. I don't know if he will ever see this video, but if you do, baby, you need to get some victims advocates. You need victims advocates on the board. You need therapists. You need people who have never been in Scientology and can call out any BS if there is any. You need, you can't just have all ex-Scientologists on your board, because then you run the risk of all of that programming coming back into play, because humans are pack animals, and when we move in packs, we run the risk of becoming very toxic unless we really think about how we're doing things, especially if you come out of a highly destructive, toxic environment, which everyone on that board has. Every single person on that board has been heavily traumatized. I'm really seriously not trying to be mean at all. I'm a friend who's trying to look out for two friends and their families. And I'm actually relaying messages from those families, to the general public, because I don't know if they'll ever watch this live stream or listen to what I'm saying. I am not sponsored, by the way. I'm just sick. Okay. Yeah. Leave the children alone. Exactly. Scientology views children as just little adults, which comes with a whole big, long list of problems. Yeah. Very much a conflict. Obviously, Yeah. Anyone who's been following me for a while, I'm actually being very nice. Very nice. I may not be once I see that police report. Here's my question. Who is Mike Rinder to share any of that? What makes you so self-important that it is your place to share that police report? What makes you think that sharing something so traumatic that is rightfully the place of the victim to share or not share if she chooses, what makes you think it's your place to step into her lane so goddamn hard that you share a police report that's not about you, or is it? See, now all kinds of questions are coming up about what did you do and what didn't you do? What did you know? What were you doing when that was going down? How about Rosemary when she was being SA'd and you were there in the apartment because you lived there and you walked out and saw things happening and then just left? How about that? Do what? There might be some serious and significant atonement that needs to go on and acknowledgement of extraordinarily bad behavior. And Mike Rinder, if that is the case, if you were in the house when that happened to Miss Rosemary, and then you try to decide that you're going to use her story to shop it around to film festivals, a documentary. Wait, what? I don't think that this group that is solidifying and possibly trauma bonding understands how bad this looks to everyone who's never been in Scientology. That is rampant in Scientology. There's a lot of that. Yes, and that, man, it makes me wonder if any of these victims could sue in civil court. The evidence you need to win in a civil case is less than what you need for a criminal case. I'm just saying. Okay, it's been almost an hour and a half. I waited to make this video because I was hoping that some positive things would happen and that Mike Rinder and the board of the Aftermath Foundation would come to their senses and realize how bad this is, and I wouldn't have to make this video. I was hoping they would make amends, fix their shit, and make things right. That policy of you can't tell anyone if there's a problem, that needs to go. That needs to go, and there should not be couples, multiple couples. There shouldn't even be one couple, really, on the board. There should not be. Miriam and her brother should receive the help they have requested. Rosemary and her son should have a massive motherfucking apology. So it's only been, I think, maybe like a month since the whole AA run thing happened. In that amount of time, you have this many problems. What's going to be like in a year? Same here. Yeah, anyone who was involved with the covering up the CSA or any of that, prison, bye. Enjoy the hell that you are going into. If you make that choice, that's your choice. I have no sympathy for people who do certain things. The bar is far lower in civil court, and yes, there are ways. Depends on statutes of limitations and the situation. Yep. Yeah. Exactly. By doing so, in many ways, they would open the doors for themselves in many ways as well. In many good ways as well. This would be good for him as a person to take accountability. It would be. It would be. But he has to face. Everyone on the board of the Aftermath Foundation would have had to face their decisions, what they've done, what they chose to do, face it, acknowledge it, and go through the process of fixing the problems, because there are many now. So yeah, apologize to people. Apologize to Down the Rabbit Hole News for, Mike Rinder needs to apologize to her for that kerfuffle. And so on, oh, I almost forgot something. Kelly Copter, who, by the way, is wonderful. Let me go back. We might end on this because it's kind of a long stream. Hold on one second. I have to do the screen share thing, which I'm still a bit rusty. I have to get back into it. Okay. All right. Damn it. Let me try to get back over here. All right, I have to put the screen up while I'm showing y'all this. Okay. And now is where I have to get my glasses out. Oh, no, I don't. Okay. So this is on Kelly Copter's community tab. She made a video that was just so eloquent It's a good video going over things. Can y'all see? Can y'all see this? So she made a video, and apparently Rinder, Matt Pesh, I'm not sure if I'm saying that last name right, apparently who is a member of the Aftermath Foundation's board, responded. Apparently this is how they're talking to people. Because of the magnitude of both your innocence and ignorance, I cannot dislike you. As a point, no one has worked harder and done more to expose the abuses of Miscavige and Scientology than Mike Rinder over the last 2 decades. Wow. That does not excuse what he has done. So this right here, if you can read this, if you can see it, that is Darvo. That is deny and or deflect, attack, reverse, victim, and offender. That is Darvo. Well, he did all of these great things, so therefore it makes it fine for him to put up somebody's police report online without that victim's permission or knowledge. It makes it fine for them to make the documentary without the knowledge or consent of the victim of the situation. It makes it fine to kick Aaron off of the board of his own foundation that he started. It makes it fine to create a policy within the foundation where if you have a problem with the foundation, you can't tell anyone. You can't say anything. What? And what she says in her response to that comment is just so good. That was an immediate subscribe for me to her channel. And in a way, she is correct. He has done many TV appearances and has made a successful career out of exposing Scientology. Yep. I do recommend reading this. She goes over a lot of things. It's long. There's a lot to it, but she makes some really good points. So I've seen people saying that anyone who speaks out against Mike Rinder and the board of the Aftermath Foundation is apparently OSA. I've never been a member of OSA. I have never been a member of Scientology. I do not like Scientology, and if it disappeared tomorrow, I would be thrilled. I would throw a party. Trust me, I would, because I've been waiting a long time. Okay. Yeah, no, I have a cold, but I'm on a mission. Yeah, it's a lot of how I've seen the board members of the Aftermath Foundation respond to people is very negative, and they should really rethink that. Because they are losing supporters. I know that for a fact. I was one of them. I was a supporter of the Aftermath Foundation. Not anymore. Along with the 2 families and their friends. We're talking about a lot of people. These 2 families are ginormous. And then all of their friends. Hey James, how you doing? It would be an epic party now. Yes, it is. Thank you, Shamir. Let's move along to food talk. I need food talk. I can already see that tomorrow we're gonna do some deep diving because we're gonna have to. Tea with honey time. Yes, I already have the tea picked out and the honey is waiting. Oh, right on, right on. I was wondering. It's so nice to be streaming again that I don't want to jump off the stream. Okay. I keep forgetting to mute. Yeah, like now that everything's working, I'm like, yes, I can stream again. A Coke and a couple of cookies. I cannot drink Coca-Cola. It makes my whole mouth feel like it's melting. Oh, can't do it, man. It has way too much sugar. Wait, hold on a minute. There's a tea that tastes like root beer. What is this magic you're talking about? I might need that. That sounds good. I'm gonna have to look that up now. You're gonna send me down a rabbit hole about tea. Okay. I was speaking with a friend from one of the families, and I was like, yeah, I need to make t-shirts that say, was it tea and popcorn time? I just like the sound of that. Oh, I'm sure we will find it. We will find that tea. I do have a decent collection of tea again, so we can add that to it. Right now, chai with some honey sounds really good to me. But thank you, by the way. Thank you for sharing the channel, because it is hard to get the word out on here. Chili sounds really good right now too. Damn it. I swear to God, I cannot drink enough of this stuff. Sassafras? I would think so. I almost forgot to unmute. I guess maybe I'm weird. I like a spoonful of honey. I love it. But then I'll like eat honey off the comb, so I'm weird like that. Like, you don't want to put honey in front of me, or like a comb in front of me. I will chow down. See, now I'm craving chili, Marcus. How often does that happen? Not very, but here we are. Now I got the hiccups. Yay! Oh shit. I'm actually gonna look into how to make a like Emily D. Baker has these like musical interludes between sections. Like I really want to get into really kind of spiffing up the channel, if you will. Really? Okay, that's good to know. I have honey downstairs, local honey. Speaking of local honey, I may have to start doing that then. I know a couple of DJs on TikTok. Like they might actually be able to make some music. And then Paris, maybe I should start like texting him the link to the streams. I don't know. I haven't seen him around in a minute. 7. I've tried that and it doesn't seem to work for me. Sassafras, sarsaparilla, and coriander. Are you making a spell, James? Because that's fine. I'm here for it. I don't know what it's supposed to do, but yeah, he's been around. He's doing pretty good. Yeah, Paris, Theater Vamp, same person. We FaceTimed for a while the other day. So I'm trying to see if he'll come up here to visit sometime. Me and him have not been walkabout in a long, long time. We used to walk around, oh God, in, I don't think it was Fort Lauderdale. I think it was just, like Miami is like such a large area, but we used to like walk around next to a river and just shoot the shit, you know, way back in the day. Okay, what's your question? So to everyone who's in here, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, it would really help a lot. You don't have to spend any money. Just hit the like button, please. Or even the unlike button. It's still engagement. It's all good. There was a documentary about Jessica Easterly Durning. I didn't hear about that. Do you know where? I definitely want to support that. Like we still talk on occasion, but I'm sure she has, you know, lots going on. But like, if you know where that was streamed or what have you, please let me know, or I'll look for it too once I get off here. That is awesome. The more attention that can be brought to Jessica's case, the better. In fact, we might try to do like an update video for Jessica and her family. Yes, please. What was it? Approach the like button, gifted a scented candle and a bottle of water. Hey, wait, I need more candles. I would love more candles. I'm kind of addicted to candles and books. Yes, it does. Please do. For the love of everything holy. YouTube makes it hard on small content creators. They really do sometimes. Kendall Ray and her husband's channel. I'll try to look for it, but if you find it, could you like put a link under this video and I will definitely try to boost that. That is awesome sauce. I'm so glad to hear that. I was hoping a larger content creator would pick that up, because I don't have a huge platform here, so I will definitely check that out. I haven't seen anything about that, but I will check it out. It's a damn shame that he's still walking around. Ooh, I'm gonna... Oh, it won't let me copy and paste it. Damn it. I'll put that right there. That right there. This. Listen, this right here. I haven't watched it yet, but if you see this video, please go check that out. Please, please, please. And boost. Why? It's not letting me copy and paste. It's not letting me highlight anything. It's okay. I'll do it after the stream is over. The second one is Jessica. Okay. Yeah. He should not still be walking around. I think we all know who I'm talking about, by the way. Yeah, at some point we're going to have to revisit like Georgia Lee Moses and Jessica, and oh my God, so many others. Like, all right, we're going long on this live stream, but we're not going to keep, that's not going to be a normal thing. It's just been a minute since everything has worked for me. I kind of missed y'all. I felt rather isolated. And it's nice to not have to worry about trolls as much. It says Jessica in the title. Right on. Right on. I'm sure we can find it. I'm gonna need to whoosha. Get myself in the right mindset though. Yes, I've really I didn't realize how much I enjoyed streaming often until I couldn't because things were not working with me, and streaming on TikTok sucks. I can't say what I'm thinking, but you can probably you can catch what I'm laying down. TikTok sucks so hard. I'm not. I am not the one. I'd much rather be over on here. Still doing it though. Still doing what though? I'm still on TikTok. I'm just very resentful of TikTok. I have seen content creators who are phenomenal, amazing, and it's too easy for people to target you on TikTok. I don't have the TikTok. I almost forgot to unmute. Yeah. I mean, the only reason I'm even still on TikTok is because I've met some just phenomenal people over there. That's it. Otherwise, I'd have been like, bye. You guys suck. And by you guys, I mean the people who are running it. And it's amazing how many content creators have left TikTok. It's amazing. Like, they're done. TikTok has a whole lot of potential, but it's probably going to go the way of MySpace. I don't know. All right, yo. I'm going to jump off. I'm going to try to stream tomorrow. I don't have a set schedule at the moment. I definitely have Mondays and Tuesdays open where I can live stream, and I might try to stream a few times on Monday and Tuesday. Because I actually enjoy live streaming. And, you know, in order to rebuild on the algorithm and all of that, I might have to kind of, you know, do all the things. And I have been researching so hard on this one case, and it is a lot. And we're going to talk about how law enforcement treats the imperfect victim according to their estimation. When I first heard about this BS, I was walking around the house cussing. I had to wait until baby girl was in, you know, at school, and I was mad. I was slamming stuff around. I'm like, yeah. I was so mad. It's been a pleasure to meet you too. It's so nice to have this social outlet again, and also, you know, at some point I want to do the thing of having guests up in the box. I like to socially interact with people and have other people's, you know, thoughts and opinions and all of that as well. So yeah, has it been a year? A lot has happened. We moved, still in the same state, just a different city. And then there was the work. Oh my God, that place was a hellhole. And then just so much has happened. So yeah. But yeah, we may have a live stream that's just socializing and catching up, talking about all of these chaos that went on while I was not streaming. But definitely tomorrow I will try to stream. I'm going to try and shoot for 7 o'clock tomorrow. But, you know, first priority is my 6-year-old. So, okay, it was really good seeing y'all. And I'm going to try to be here tomorrow. Thank y'all for stopping by. Please hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all, so you can get notifications. What time zone am I in? I'm in Michigan. Share, what time zone are we? I can't remember. I know. I can't believe I'm 50. I'm still stunned. Hey, Robin, how you doing? I hug your face. Eastern Standard Time. Right, I always get that mixed up. I don't know why. I blame it on I used to travel for work. I blame it on that. It's so weird being 50. I don't know. Anyway, remember, you have the right to say no. And if you say no and somebody still tries to do something anyway, that makes them an asshole. Yeet them into the sun. The whole thing, just yeet it into the sun. And if it's Scientology, definitely yeet it into the sun along with the cans. If you know, you know. All right, y'all. Love you. Bye. Wait another 10 years when it really gets bizarre. I'm just saying. That's a great one to end it on. Double yeeted. All right. Bye, y'all. And thank you for showing up. I appreciate y'all. No is a complete sentence. No is a complete sentence. That has to be a t-shirt. It has to be. All right. Bye.